BC, back again. Today is May 26, 2025. If he was alive, it would have been 99 years old. But yeah, the one I'm talking about, and I think everybody knows, they've been posting all over, Miles Davis. Yeah, next year it'll be 100 years. But yeah, I'm gonna go through and show all of my Miles Davis that I picked up over the years. He was actually one of the first jazz artists that I collected between him and Coltrane, but I would put Miles, I would say Miles was first. And I will show the record was the first record I bought when I started collecting his stuff. But I'm gonna go through all the records I have by him. I don't have everything, but I do have a few key ones. But there's one I don't have, and I'll let you know the one is that one. And you'll notice when I'm going through it, the Lift of the Scaffold, the album he did, and when he went overseas in France, where he met the one lady. Grenique is the track, but yeah, that one I don't have. I wish I had that one. I've never ran across a nice clean copy of that. I've been looking for an original of that one. But yeah, but I would settle for a reissue if I ever ran across it. But pretty much majority of the stuff I have, like the originals, I found a lot of this stuff in the wild. So I'm gonna go through and show you, and I got it kind of in the chronological order. I do have some of the audiophile ones too, so you're gonna see a lot of those too. But I do dig the originals. The audiophile ones are great too. But I'm gonna start off. This is the first one here, Miles Davis Quintet. This one's with Oscar Pettiford, Red Garland. The one track on here I love a lot is The Girl from Calico. Girl from Calico. This is an original that I picked up some years ago from Oak Park Records. But yeah, I didn't even pay that much for it. I think I paid like maybe 20 bucks for it. I remember what some of this stuff I remember buying. But yeah, this is a killer here. Very early, 1956, 55. Well, actually, the person that bought this one, it was in 1956. But yeah, Miles Davis, Red Garland, Oscar Pettiford, and Philly Joe Jones, which is pictured above. But yeah, it's my first one. Dig. This is like a second press. This one has Jackie McLean and Sonny Rollins on here, and Art Blakey, Walter Bishop. Killer stuff here, man. Yeah, the track on here is it's Only a Paper Moon in the title track, Dig. This is a second press. The original first press of this one will have a grayish cover, and then it'll have the 444 West 50th. But yeah, this is a clean, beautiful second pressing copy. I picked this up in Milwaukee some years ago. I don't have volume 1. This is volume 2 on a very early press of Miles Davis, volume 2 on the Lexington. Flip side, 47 West 63rd. Yeah, this one here has the killer track, Yesterday's on here, Dear Stockholm. Take Off Weirdo, Lazy Susan. Beautiful copy of that one. Miles Davis, volume 2. 65 press of the Miles Davis with Milt Jackson. This is a quartet sextet with Milt Jackson. Killer song on there is the Minor March and Changes. This is a mid-60s reissue mono. Very clean. I didn't pay that much for it. Great record. Collector's item, Miles Davis. This is a second press. This is on the Bergenfield. And the lineup on here, Sonny Rollins, and of course Charlie Parker, which he had to use the name Charlie Chan on here. Philly Joe Jones again, Percy Heath. Then the flip side of this has Paul Chambers playing bass, Art Taylor, Tommy Flanagan. Yeah. Early 60s copy of Birth of the Cool. Probably one of the game changers of jazz here on the Columbia label. Nice, clean, early 60s copy. Birth of the Cool. Everybody knows who's on this record. This is monumental right here, man. This is a 62 press. This one has Kai Winding, John Barber, of course, Miles Davis, Max Roach, Al Haig, yeah, Lee Konitz. Masterpiece. Birth of the Cool. Original. Killer. Round Midnight. 6i. Round Midnight. This is the Mo-Fi, which is a killer sounding Mo-Fi I picked up some years ago. Mo-Fi does a really good job on the Miles Davis reissues. Walk-In second press. The title track alone sells you on this record. Walk-In. J.J. Johnson, Horace Silver, Percy Heath, Kenny Clark, Lucky Thompson. Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with this. This is a beautiful copy. Second press on the Bergenfield. Walking. Cooking. You don't have to say too much more about this one. My Funny Valentine was on here. Tune Up. Yeah. Miles Davis, Coltrane, Philly Joe again, and Red Garland. This is one of the great ones, man, from that whole series. Miles 19. This is the original cover before Miles Davis changed it and have his portrait on the cover. He has a picture of him with the horn. But yeah, this is the original one with the white lady on the boat. This is the one Miles hated. Original 6i. Compilation, Bags, Grooves. Oh, this is a monster here. This was the analog production that they released a couple of years ago. But yeah, man, what's the track on here? Arrogant, which is Nigeria spelled backwards. One of Sonny Rollins' best playing on here, man. This is a smoker. Oh yeah, Thelonious Monk, Milt Jackson, Percy Heath, Kenny Clark. Arrogant. Oh, throw that on. Play this version, the Bags Groove. This is a compilation. Relaxing. If I Was a Bell. That's all you need to know about this one. This is the second press that I had picked up in the wild. Nice, beautiful copy. The only thing is bad is the cover. But yeah, Relaxing. Miles Davis Quintets. Milestones. Well, Milestones is a killer, man. Yep, title track is, you know, you could throw that on and that's a monster. Milestones. 6i original. And I also have the Mo-Fi. I think they just did a super vinyl of. I have the regular Mo-Fi. I'm happy with that one. Milestones. I remember picking this up at Electric Fetus in Minnesota. This was one of the ones I bought up there when my first trip to Minnesota. Well, second trip to Minnesota. Porgy and Bess. Original 6i. I remember getting this one for $7 at Oak Park Records. Nice, clean copy. And the Oak Park Records used to be called Secondhand Tunes. That's what it was called when I had got that one. Then you go into the next one. You know what the next one is. My original copy. Barely Any Ringwear. I bought this one up in Milwaukee at Musical Memories. 6i. 6i Columbia. Kind of blue. People can talk more and more about, everybody knows this album. This is essential. This is the one, this is a must. Yep. That lineup alone, Cannonball, oh, Coltrane, Kelly, Evans, oh, Man, we got two killers on there. And I do have the UHQR of that one, the 45, which I love a lot. This is probably the best sounding this album ever sounded. Not to knock the original. The original sounds nice too. But yeah, that UHQR 45 is dangerous, man. Jazz tracks. And the one that I don't have, which is considered part of this, is the Birth of the Blue. I don't have that record either. But yeah, this is it's based off of this. This is one of the albums it's based off of, original 6i. Working, original. This is from that series, the Working, Steaming, Cooking, Walking. This is my favorite. This is my original copy. Killer. Took me years to hunt this one down. Remember, I got this at Oak Park Records. This is a killer. Yeah, if I never ever lose, if I ever enter my mind. And then 4 is the classic. I even like Chet Baker's version of 4, but yeah. 4, Miles Davis, one of his coldest compositions. Sketches of Spain, original stereo. No need nothing to say about that. Masterpiece. Miles had that run, man. He had a killer run. His stuff back to back, his albums. I mean, you just can't deny it. Sketches of Spain, Mo-Fi. Steamin'. This is the analog production, and still with that core lineup: Coltrane, Red Garland, Philly Joe Jones. Yeah, you know this is a smoking album. Everybody knows this is a great one. Then you go into 61. Someday My Prince Will Come, with his first wife, a second wife, Francine. Killer. 6i original. And yeah, you know this one has Mobley and Coltrane on here, and Wynton Kelly. Yeah, the track I love off of here is P. Francing. It's a killer. Love that artwork. Only have volume 1. I don't have volume 2, but this is an original of Miles Davis in person. This is at the Black Hawk. Yep. Yeah, this is the session. This is the session, I believe, that when Miles Davis got hit in the head by the police officer. I think this is the album here, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Miles Davis in person. Another one with Hank Mobley. And Coltrane on this one, he was already gone. He was doing like the Atlantic stuff. He was already gone. But this one here, Miles Davis at Carnegie Hall, original 6i stereo. Yeah, this is an underrated piece right here. This live one here. It took me years to find it. Every time I kept looking for this record, I kept finding the 70s reissue. And when I finally found it up in Milwaukee at a place called Rushmore, I grabbed it. This one was from a collection from a guy that was living in Water Tower. This one here, 7 Steps to Heaven. This is with, this one actually has Wayne Shorter. This is the beginning, almost the second quintet. I believe George Coleman is on this one instead of, yeah, instead of Wayne. Wayne's not on here. This is almost the second quintet. It's almost there. But of course, Victor Feldman, Ron Carter, Frank Butler, Tony Williams. So this is almost leading to that second quintet, but it's not the second quintet because it's missing Wayne. But yeah, this is a white label promo. Columbia. Quiet Nights. Oh, this is a nice one too. I used to play this at night, late at night, whenever I'm going to sleep, man. I'm getting ready to wind down. Original mono. This is one always play. This is a very underrated record, man. Gil Evans puts that touch to it. Quiet Nights. Miles in Europe. Killer Session. And this is at the Antique Jazz Festival. Antibes or Antibes. I know some people say it different. Miles Davis in concert. This is a smoking one too. Yeah, this one I did. I might get the MoFi of this one. This one's nice. This copy is real nice. I bought this from a collection. 1965 pressing. Yeah, My Funny Valentine. Yeah, right here. Still almost the second quintet, but with George Coleman on sax. George Coleman's nice. He's a killer player. He's no Wayne, but he's good. This is one of his great live ones in the 60s. This is the beginning of the second quintet. ESP. Yeah, this is yeah, this got some heavy hitters on here. I remember getting this. I was working in Hyde Park. I grabbed this out when I was in Hyde Park on 53rd Street. Yeah, this one got some killer songs on here. Yep, Agitation, RJ ESP, the title track. And that's old girl, Francine again. Killer. Miles Smiles. Now this probably number one, my favorite on here. This one has orbits and footprints on here. This is my number one Miles right here from the 60s. It's between it. Silent Way to me goes into the 70s, but yeah, from the second quintet, this one's rough, man. Yeah, this is a mono too. That's the one you don't see. You'll see a stereo original of this, but you don't see that many of the monos. Yeah, this one I held on. I really dug this one. And I have the 45 RPM one I picked up from Elusive Disc. Yeah, Miles Smiles. The only thing that pissed me off, the top had a split at the top, but I didn't really trip on it. But yeah, Miles Smiles. This is the 45 RPM. We're still in the second quintet. Sorcerer with Cicely Tyson on the cover. I always dig this cover. Looks gritty and cool. Yeah, this one has Prince of Darkness on here and Muscalero. Those are masterpiece tracks. Yeah, original stereo. I would love to find a mono of this one. They did do this in a mono. Mono on mono. Nefertiti. It's a nice one too. I got this one too in Chicago when I was digging. Yeah, Hand Jive and the title track Nefertiti. The second quintet, man, original. The second quintet, man, they was cranking them out, man. I would love to find the vinyl version of, if they do a reissue of the Plug Nickel, I would love to get that. Miles in the Sky, original. Remember getting this one in Milwaukee. Yeah, this was nice. George Benson on here, man. Yeah, just the title track stuff. You throw stuff on, just let it ride. The original sounds great, but the the MoFi of this sucker, ooh, this is the MoFi smokes on here. Play stuff on here, and paraphernalia, black comedy. You play that on here, cut at 45. You can't beat that. Yep. Now we going into some more stuff. This is when he started going. His stuff was more, it started leaning towards electric. This is my original copy. I used to have a US copy, and when I finally tracked down an original UK, this is an underrated album right here. It has Betty Davis on the cover. I love this one, man. I love the artwork on here. Feels the Kilimanjaro, man. This is smoking. And I have the MoFi. You know I had to grab the MoFi of this. This is smoking, man. Love this one. This one's not even I found this in the wild. I think I got this at Dusty Grooves. It doesn't even have a number on here, which is crazy. I think this is almost like a promo. This is a non-number MoFi. This is really good. Nice on that cut at 45. Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice one, man. Feels Deep Kilimanjaro. And then the game changer, probably my favorite Miles Tops, Silent Way. Original stereo, 360 sound. Silent Way. And I have the MoFi, which is to die for. The MoFi, this was good. The MoFi is nice. Yeah. Yeah, and peaceful. Yeah, this one's nice, man. Miles in Tokyo. This was actually recorded this didn't release till 1969, right after Silent Way, but this was recorded in 64. This one has almost a second quintet, but it has, oh boy on here, Sam Rivers, sax instead of Wayne. Sam Rivers was on this record. I think Wayne was doing, around that time, I think he was working with Lee Morgan. He did some stuff, or it's either Lee Morgan, yeah, he was busy. Lee Morgan and Art Blakey releases during that time. So Miles ended up getting Sam Rivers, which he never used Sam Rivers again, though. This is one of the only recordings he did with Sam Rivers. I think he didn't like the way that Sam Rivers played. Sam Rivers is more avant-garde, the way he plays. But yeah, this is a great session, live in Tokyo. I like this one. Bitches Brew, my UK copy. This is an original UK. Man, it's nice. I didn't get the MoFi one-step. I didn't get the one-step. I passed on. I don't think I'm going to get it, but yeah, the UK. You know, my personal thing, I like the UK better than the US release for some reason. It just has a great sound to it. I like the UK of it. That's why I grabbed it. And I have the original MoFi I bought some years ago. I'm fine with this one. I was gonna get the one step, but I'm trying to get away from a lot of those one steps now. I got rid of a lot of them. A couple of them I kept that I know that were still good, but I'm not gonna get the one step of this. I know a lot of people saying how good it sounds, but this is fine for me. This one sounds great to me. Yeah, everybody knows this album. This is essential. Probably one of the first records I ever got to hear from Miles. Miles at the Fillmore. This is an original Holland press. This is Holland or UK? Because I always got to throw it off on here. Oh yeah, I was right. Dead on. Holland press. Miles Davis at the Fillmore, gatefold cover. Jack Johnson. Oh, from his 70s. This is it for me. Rock. Rock meets jazz. Right off. Yesternow. Yeah, this right here. The Jack Johnson. This MoFi is nice. I would love to hear the version of the Vinyl Me Please. I heard Vinyl Me Please did it. But yeah, this MoFi is nice. Jack Johnson. Yeah. It's killer. And the first record I ever bought when I started collecting records as far as jazz, my first Miles Davis record, I still have it. Live Evil. One of the coolest artwork. Need I say more on that? Is that J. Edgar Hoover? Yeah, that's him. I love the artwork on this one, man. Still one of my favorite Miles ones. This live stuff. Yeah. First record I ever bought. First Miles Davis I ever bought, man. I bought this at Reckless. I think I paid 20 bucks for it. It's no ring wear. It's really clean. I still spend it religiously. On the corner, MoFi. I did have the original. I just stuck with the MoFi. I ended up selling the original. I like the sound of the MoFi on this one. Yeah, the artwork on here is smoking. Love the artwork on the corner. Yeah, Miles got a lot of stuff, man. I don't even have everything, man. This one right here was a gift from my wife's dad. He picked it up for me. He's no longer with us. But yeah, he bought this right here for my birthday about 5 or 6 years ago. But I still have it. It doesn't have the Obi. He bought this as a gift. He bought it from me at Dusty Grooves. This is Black Beauty. Killer. Killer Miles. Another killer session. Miles Davis, Black Beauty, Fillmore West. In concert, Miles. This was a tough one to track down, but I held my guns. I said, I gotta find this in a while. Miles Davis in concert. I did this one. What's the track on there? IFE. I always trip out on the way it's IFE, I believe it is called. I dig that version on here. Yeah. Long songs too, man. These songs are like 20 minutes aside. Miles Davis in concert. Big Fun. 1992 pressing. You know what's dope on here? Go Ahead, John. And Great Expectation. Look at that. Love that. This is a 1990s press from overseas. I think this is a Holland press from overseas. Sounds great, man. Killer. Look at that trumpet. That trumpet looks sick, man. It's dope. Yep. Same collection that I bought, 7 Steps to Heaven. I got Get Up With It. White label promo. Oh, this one. This one's nice, man. White label. It's a guy, a demonstration. This was the guy up in the water tower. He was living in a water tower. His stuff was so clean. I got an Al Green from him that was a promo. Lee Morgan, it was so clean. Get Up With It. Argata. This is the US pressing. I'm looking for a Japanese on this, but I've been happy with this one. This one's been doing a job. Meisha. Meisha is dope. I even like the sessions Meisha he did around the On the Corner sessions. And then what was recorded on the same day, of course I got it. Pangea, you can't have one without the other. Pangea. This one's dope. This was Africa, this one's Japan. I don't know how he did that, but it's crazy, man. This is killer. Pangea. Yeah, these are must-haves. And then Water Babies. Wayne Shorter. Capricorn is on here. And Sweet Pea. Came out in the 70s. But originally was recorded, I believe, in the 60s on that one. And then they just did a MoFi of this one. This is an original Japanese press. I found this one while digging. Dark Magus. Dope. This one right here is smoking. And then you go into the 80s. Whew, I'm missing a couple of those records. Amanda, I think it is. There's a couple of those. It's not You Under Arrest. It's the Yellow Cup. Yeah, We Want Miles. I don't have that one. It was a couple of those 80s ones I didn't get. I didn't dig them. But I did get Decoy with John Scofield. I dig this record. This is pretty cool. I love the cover, man. I love the artwork. It look cool. It almost make him look like a vampire. It look pretty dope. But yeah, Backseat Betty's on here, I think. Is this Backseat Betty's on this one? No, I get him throw it off. This one has Decoy on here. Backseat Betty is off of Tutu. Yeah, Robots, What It Is. That's right, what happened. But yeah, Decoy. And then the other one too, You're Under Arrest. This one's dope too. I love his version of Human Nature, the way he plays on here. Human Nature is dope. And You're Under Arrest. This is a killer. I like it. He had the little gun. Almost looked like the the 40s. This is pretty dope. Dude has some style, man. I always dug Miles, man. Miles is cool. 2-2. Can't go wrong with this one with the hype sticker. 2-2. Yeah. This the masterpiece. Yeah. Backyard Ritual. Thomas 2-2. Portia. This one's dope. Love that artwork, the cover. Marcus Miller. 1989 Aura. 1989 Aura. What I dug about this one is when he reunites with John McLaughlin on this record. And this one right here, I remember getting a CD promo of this, and I wanted to finally track down the LP of this. It does like the different colors. He had focused on like different colors on this album. I always thought this album was underrated, man. This is a nice album to chill and listen to. This is like a library one. A library copy, but it's real clean. Yeah, this is dope. Electric red, blue, white, yellow, orange. Yeah, John McLaughlin. It just was cool to have him with John McLaughlin again. This is dope. Great session. Love this album. And then the final record, and it's tripped out his different stages, man. He ventures into hip hop before his passing. This was released after his passing in '92. Easy Mo B produced this, but yeah, this is an original copy, overseas copy. But yeah, doo-bop song, dope. I love this cover, man, with the red horn. And he's sitting down like on a comfortable couch, like it's like Middle Eastern. This is dope. I always think this album is so underrated. Underrated piece, man. Doo-bop. And I got some of the Record Store Day albums. I did grab some of those. Turnaround. The complete On the Corner sessions. Yeah, there was a track on here I really dug. He did on here. Yeah, Turnaround is dope. And The Hen. The Hen is dope too. Big Fun and Hollywood. Blue vinyl. Yeah, they put out some really great Record Store Day stuff, man, which I really dug. Champions. This is this one right here is the Jack Johnson alternate takes. Duran. What is it on here? Sugar Ray, Johnny Brayton, Ali, and then Right Off. The one song I wish they would have stuck on here, and I got the CD box set, is Conda. Conda's underrated too. Conda. Konda. Definitely one to check out. If you got that box set with the steel spine, the complete On the Corner, no, not the complete On the Corner, the complete Jack Johnson. That's dope. Then the Bitches Brew, got that one. This one's really nice. This one is packed with jams. This is the whole thing. This has all of like Recollections, the Big Green, Serpent, Trevere. Yeah, little frog, little blue frog. Yeah, I was glad to grab this. I know a lot of people picked this one up. And then the Easy Minor from the Silent Way session, Splashdown, Easy Minor, and Ghetto Walk. The Ghetto Walk on here is like amazing. Ghetto Walk is dope. And my last of the Miles Davis vinyl is this one here. This one was released in 2021. I heard somebody playing this in the shop, and I ended up grabbing it. His version of Human Nature on here, Smoke and Hannibal and Jailbait. This one's nice. It got Kenny Garrett on the sax, Richard Patterson, Ricky. Man, these guys were great. This was recorded in July of the year he passed away. He passed away in the September of '91. This came out in July of '91. This is a live show, live performance he did. Yeah, July 1st in Vigny, France. But yeah, that's the Miles Davis. This is like a Miles Davis tribute, man. This is a birthday celebration for Miles. And probably one of the, I will rank him as one of the ones that changed jazz. He's one of the fathers, man. He's dope. He, you know, you know, when people mention all of these guys, like, of course, like Monk and, oh man, Mingus, you know, all the great players, man. What's it, Bill Evans, you know, the guys that changed, Dizzy Gillespie, the Bird. Miles studied under those guys like Bird, you know, during the bebop era. He used to jam with those guys, with Dizzy and the Bird and yeah, Buddy Rich, you know, a lot of those guys. Miles is definitely one of the influences of jazz. You know, you got some people who don't like electric stuff, but then they'll like the early stuff, and then vice versa. You got the people that like the electric stuff and don't like the early stuff, the straight ahead stuff. But Miles, man, from his collection, he was able to go and you know, just do it the way he wanted to do it. He was like a director. You know, he sit back and he direct everything. He knew what he wanted. He was influenced by Ravel. It's a lot of, you know, he's like a great great jazz guy that, you know, he knew how to lay it down. But yeah, I got a book that I used to pick up. This is a book I picked up some years ago. This one here, I learned a lot out of this book. I remember buying this at was that Vintage Vinyl in Evanston. Old boy had it sitting by the door. I think I paid like $4 or $5 for it. I grabbed it. It's a hardcover. Yeah, Quincy Drope. Did he do this? Yeah. The autobiography. Yeah, everybody knows this book. Anybody that knows jazz, they know this book. But yeah. Yeah, but that was my run through of my Miles collection. I wish I could have went more in detail on some of the records, but man, we would have been going. I try to cut it to less than 40 minutes. He has so much stuff, and then, you know, there's so many stories behind that. A lot of that's in this book, but I'm just going off, you know, the stuff that I remembered, and then the stuff that, you know, the albums that I really dug. But yeah, happy birthday to Miles Davis. So that's that was a artist collection. Peace, VC.